Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to sit down with you, grab a cosy cup of coffee and have a little bit of a look through some of the new winter collections that have recently dropped from my favourite brands. So today we're going to be looking through Sezane's winter collection. The first drop of that was just this last Sunday. Today's Monday, so it was yesterday for me. And I'm also going to be looking through the winter collection from Rouje, which also dropped yesterday as well. So if you like these brands, if you like Parisian style, then hopefully you'll enjoy this video coming along and shopping the collections with me and seeing what is out, what is new, what different styles they have come up with for this season, and if I'll be buying anything towards the end of the video as well. So I'm going to start with Sezane because Sezane is my favourite, and I'm on their homepage. I'm going to go straight to their winter collection. They've separated it out because there is quite a few new things. I'm going to start with knitwear because I always start with knitwear. It's always my favourite to see, especially at this time of year. So I'm going to go to their knitwear gallery, which I think shows pretty much all of their knitwear offerings, and have a look and see what's new, and also see if any of the existing styles catch my eye this time around. So this Annie jumper is the first one that's coming up. I do really like the colours in this. I think pink and blue are both colours that I wear quite regularly, colours that are kind of in my colour capsule, my colour scheme in terms of my wardrobe, colours that I think suit me quite well. So this jumper does interest me. If we look at the details of this, obviously it is a flower print and it's got quite large flowers on it. The composition is their very usual mix of polyamide wool and mohair. I have to say recently I've been staying away from this composition. I do have a couple of jumpers and cardigans in this particular fabric composition, and I do find, although that I wear them and I don't really avoid them because of the itchiness, I do find that my skin is a little bit sensitive to them, and I think it is the mohair in them specifically. So I have been trying to avoid any of their pieces that have mohair in them. So I won't be going for this one, but I do think it's really pretty, and I think if you are not so sensitive to the fabric, it's a great choice. I love that they've got it all in colour collections. I think it really helps, especially when you're like me and you gravitate towards certain colours and you avoid certain colours because of your undertone or just because you want a more cohesive wardrobe. So I do really like that I can kind of see everything they've got in a certain colour scheme and then move on. What do they have here? So they have the Leontine in a new blue colour. I have the striped version of this in the ecru and navy. I love the ecru and navy. I saw that someone said that this royal blue version looks a little bit like a school jumper, and I have to admit that has kind of put me off now. It does look a little bit school jumper vibes to me as well, if you're from the UK anyway. So I love the composition, I love that it's 100% cotton, but yeah, I'm not sure about the full block colour versions. I definitely prefer the stripes. This Laurel jumper is quite interesting with the hood. I love that colour turquoise, that's beautiful. I do think it looks beautiful on her skin tone. I'm not sure how well it would suit me with my pale skin, but it is gorgeous. In terms of the details, this is 68% baby alpaca, 30% polyamide. I'm not sure about baby alpaca, I'm not too familiar with how that feels as a fabric, so I can't really comment on that, but it is a really nice style with the hood, something a little bit more unusual. The Mickey in the light blue, the vintage blue they call it, is really nice as well. Again, that one has mohair in it, but it is a really nice style with the buttons. I think this is very on trend at the moment, these jumpers with the button collars. And I think this is a little bit more of a subtler take on it compared to their other style. I think it's called the Lucas jumper, which is more of a cotton wool, I think, or it might be 100% wool, but it's a lot chunkier, and it's a little bit more of a statement than the Mickey. So I think the Mickey's a nice compromise with that. Moving on to greens, I like these bright emerald greens more so than the muted colours. I think brighter colours suit me a little bit better, so I do tend to go towards those. The Alma is old, but I have always liked that. I'm not too fussed about the Zoe. I think I could definitely take or leave that. I think it's a little bit boring, nothing too special for £100. This one is the one that everyone is talking about, the Angie jumper. This has finally been released after being hinted at for quite a few months now, and they've only released it in one colour so far, but I know it is coming out eventually in a few different colours as well. But the ecru or white version is out now, and it is stunning. It's basically a knitted jumper version of their very classic Chloe shirt or blouse. And it just has this beautiful, intricate detailing around the neck. And yeah, it's just so unique. It's something that you would not see from another brand, and that is why I love Sezane so much, and I go on about it again and again. But these are just the kind of things and attention to detail that you just don't find anywhere else, even at this slightly higher price range. So it's a really special piece, something that people are gonna, if you wear that, you're gonna get so many compliments on that because it's just so unusual. But it is still really wearable, especially in the white colour. That one has the same composition, it's a third of each. I would almost be tempted to sacrifice the itchiness and kind of get it anyway because it is so nice. I think if something is that unique and you are drawn to something that much, there are ways you can go about it, wearing a vest underneath or something that just covers a portion of you to make it a little bit less itchy. So yeah, this one I think I'm going to add to my basket. I'm actually surprised it hasn't sold out already because I know so many people were waiting for it, and it was released early yesterday morning. So in terms of sizing, it says choose your usual size. I think I'm going to go for a medium in this one because it doesn't look hugely oversized. So I'm going to add that one to my basket. The ecru white creamy knits just get me every time. They are my real vice, my real downfall. I have quite a few already, but I always feel like I could add more. This jumper is really speaking to me. I'm not normally a zip person, but this cable knit on this wool jumper is beautiful. Does it go all the way around the back? I think it might. Annoyingly, they don't show the back. Typical Sezane, they don't take very good pictures, but I'd be really impressed if that pattern and detailing does go around the back. This purple colour, mauve, again, I would argue it's not mauve, but it's really stunning and really eye-catching. Quite an unusual shade. It's not a shade I've seen Sezane do exactly before, and not a shade you see that often in knitwear or just in clothing in general. So that makes it quite special, and I think it works really well with the gold zip detailing. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's quite a nice mix. It's 55% merino wool, 20% cotton, organic cotton, and 25% polyamide. So I don't love that polyamide, but at least it doesn't have the mohair in it, and it does have a good portion of merino wool, which is really nice. I love both the colours. It's a tricky decision. I think the purple is the one to go for if you're like me and you already have a lot of neutral knitwear and you don't really need any more. The purple at least is something quite striking and quite different. I am tempted to order it and see what it's like and see what the fit's like. It's going to be quite chunky and quite oversized, so I may go for a size small in this one and have a see of what I think of the fit and whether I think it is worth the quite steep £110 price tag. Okay, so we might need to slow down on knitwear if we're going to buy anything else at all as well. One that I've been thinking about for a while now is this Leon jumper in the white. I saw this on one of my favourite Instagrammers, influencers, bloggers, whatever you want to call her, Emma. I will leave her down below. And she has this, and I think it's so simple. It's something that I've probably overlooked on the Sezane website quite a few times. because it's kind of like the leontine that I've got. It's not that interesting. Sezane do a lot of very intricate knitwear, which is more exciting to look at. This is timeless and something that I would probably put on every single day if I had it. I love the buttons. I love the tortoiseshell buttons. I love the cream colour of it. I just think it's gorgeous. It does have mohair in it, unfortunately. So that's kind of a question mark over it, but it's really tempting me. I think I am going to leave it again this time, but it's something that I keep going back to, and especially after seeing it on Emma, I think sometimes you're almost better going for these quite simple knits and leaving some of the more intricate things unless they're really, really special. Just because you're going to get wear out of these, and when you just want to be comfortable and just want to have something very easy and casual, it's easier to wear something like this than it is something that's got a lot of fuss or lace, whatever it might be, on it. So, one to think about, maybe add to my wish list for future orders. What else do we have here? Pink. I'd probably stay clear of the lighter kind of blush pinks, but I do like this Josephine jumper. I feel like this video is going to be half an hour long, just me talking about knitwear. So I'll try and speed it up. But this Josephine jumper in the bright fuchsia pink, raspberry they call it, that is beautiful. Look at those detailing on the wrists, on the sleeves. Again, something I just haven't seen anywhere else in a brand like this or on the high street. Really lovely. Again, it's got 34% mohair. I feel like I'm just going to have to make an exception and break all of my rules about mohair because, wow, some of these are just beautiful. I think this is probably my favourite Sezane knitwear collection ever. I think they've really pushed it out the boat. Pushed it out the boat? Pushed the boat out of the water this time. And gone an extra mile in making things even more special. So that's another lovely one. Let's try and whiz through these now. These I've all seen before, there's nothing too new here. I'm not overly into black, so I'm going to skip past that section. I do also really like this Mickey in the neutral colour as well. I like the Louise jumper as well. I think the Louise jumper is another one that's like the leontine or the Leon, yeah, the Leon, that often gets overlooked because it's so simple and it kind of fades into the background compared to a lot of Sezane's other knits. However, it's a really good basic and I love the detailing again on the wrists. I think that makes it elevates it from something that would be a little bit plain, kind of like what I'm wearing now, which there's nothing wrong with it at all. But these button detailings, just small things like that, make it that little bit more special. And I think I would get daily wear out of this as well, if I'm being honest with myself. Another good thing about this style is because it is just a crew neck and long sleeved, you could easily wear a thermal under that so the itching wouldn't have to be an issue. So really like that one, and I also really like the purple version as well. That was in their full collection, I think. This is a bit thick and fluffy for my liking. I don't think it's very practical for my lifestyle. I'm not massive on that kind of shade of red or brown or yellow really. Although that vest is something quite special. The Gregor vest or jumper, that is nice. Navy, I'm a sucker for a navy. But none of those are really standing out to me. And grey I tend to avoid as well. So that is knitwear. We've done knitwear and I haven't spent 30 minutes, I hope, 16 minutes talking about knitwear. So we'll whiz on and do another category. What should we go to now in the winter collection? I would quite like to have a look just very quickly at, what do I want to have a look at? I think I want to have a look at tops. Okay. This is nice. This is like a slightly more extreme version of the Chloe blouse with a little bit more ruffle, but it is quite similar in a lot of ways. I do really like that high neck detail. I think that would work really well underneath a jumper. Something quite simple and crew neck like this with that poking out. That is a look I've been lusting after for a while and wanting to emulate, but I don't have any blouses like this, so I can't. So yeah, I do really like that. What material? That is 100% silk. That is very, very nice in the ecru. That is very nice. That's one to think about. The Abelia blouse, they've got that in a new pattern, pink floral. I love that blouse. I have it in the jacquard, the two-tone jacquard, and I absolutely love it. So I definitely recommend that if you like that colourway. That's a little bit too ditzy for me, a little bit too muted in terms of colours, but it would suit someone with a warmer skin tone for sure. I'm never sure about this kind of laser work. Is it called like laser cutout detail? I'm never sure about it. I think I prefer lace. This new Chloe, yeah, this is a Chloe. I wondered if it was a Chloe or not. It is. I quite like that. It's something a little bit different, but these necklines really speak to me. These lace necklines. Yeah, and it's a pink and green check, which is quite interesting. You usually see like a red and green or a blue and green, but a pink and green is something a bit more fun, I think. I'm guessing this is cotton. Yeah, it's 100% organic cotton, so really nice. I love the Chloe. I haven't actually tried it, and I've been very tempted by a lot of the versions that have come out recently, so I am probably the most tempted by this version. I'm wondering how the neck would sit if you didn't wear it upright like that, because that's quite a look, that's quite a statement, so I'd kind of want to wear it a little bit more casually with the collar folded down. I guess you could do that. It would probably just look like that, wouldn't it? That's really nice. I might add that one to my bag and think about it. I think I'd get that in a 10. I think that would be right. Okay, let's go back and have a look at the final selection of tops. I really like the Thilda shirt. There's actually a shirt like this on Rouje, which I will show you in a bit, if this video isn't too long. Maybe I'll make it a separate video. I don't know. It depends how long I talk for now. But there's a version on Rouje that is like this that I think I prefer. So I think if I was going to go for one, I'd go for that one. But I do really like these shirts with the embroidered collars. They're quite simple, but even having that collar poke out of a neutral coloured jumper would look really nice. Kind of like they've done there. Okay, I love that image. That is a stunning image with the blazer and the jumper. All those colours. Oh, and the colours exactly match the embroidery as well. Look, the green of the blazer and the mustard of the jumper. That is clever. I like that a lot. That is really clever. And the bag kind of matches the pink. That is genius. Oh. Sometimes Sezane get imagery so right and sometimes they get it so wrong, in the sense that you can't tell what the item looks like at all from the pictures. But yeah, that is gorgeous imagery. I'm very impressed by that. So that is a really nice shirt. Whizzing through these, this is mostly old collection, or the fall collection that came out a while ago now. I have this blouse, love it. I think that's kind of it, and then these are their very basic things that are available year round. Okay, so let's go on to dresses now, because I'm not sure what dresses they've released, if any. And I would kind of like some new, I'm really lacking winter dresses that I can wear with black tights, because I'm very particular about whether a dress looks good with black tights or not. It has to be very certain colours and a style that works with tights, so I would like a couple more. The Sezane dress is nice. See, this is a dress I definitely feel comfortable wearing black tights with, because it's quite a dark colour. and it's a floral, but it's got quite a lot going on. It's a smaller floral, which I think works better in the winter with tights. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. I like the tie around the neck, the fact that you can have it undone for a more casual look or done up for something a little bit more classy, a little bit more chic. Baby doll style short dress. Interesting composition. It's 80% viscose, 19% silk, 1% metallic fibres. I was imagining it would be 100% viscose, so it's quite nice that it's got that 18% silk, 19%. Yeah, that's nice. Do I like that more than the things I already have in my basket is the question. I'm going to add it, and I'm going to decide later. The final thing I wanted to point out is I noticed that not in jewellery, in belts, the Raspberry Gaia is back in stock, everyone. This has been out of stock for ages, and I've wanted to get my hands on it for ages as well. And it is now back in stock. So if you were looking for this belt in the raspberry colour, then go to Sezane quickly and order it, because it will no doubt sell out again. I love that like tonal look with the pink everything. I would not be able to pull that off, but it is really nice styled up like that. So yeah, this is going to go in my basket. I'm getting 90, I think that's a nice mid-size for me. Definitely adding that to my basket. I think that's all I'm going to get from Sezane. I will probably have a think about whether I need everything in this basket, because it is adding up to quite a lot of money. I think the Angie will stay, and I think this Chloe will stay, and the belt, but maybe I don't need these right this minute. We will see. But for now, we're going to move on to Rouje, because I did notice on Instagram that I saw that they had released their winter collection on the same day as Sezane released theirs. So I wanted to go and have a look at it with you to see what kind of bits they have in, because I did see some really interesting imagery and snapshots of the collection on Instagram. I love the styling with Rouje. I love the photography. It does kind of, I have to be careful, because a lot of it is a balance between loving the pieces but also getting swept up in the whole aesthetic of the brand, and kind of a fantasy self version of myself who dresses like this, when in reality I'm probably never going to dress like that in winter especially. So I have to kind of be careful, but there are definitely some quite wearable pieces in here as well. Love the styling of it all. I love the bags actually that they release. I know these aren't really new, but I think they are really chic. The leather trousers are amazing as well. See, all the imagery is it's just fantasy self, isn't it? Like with the fur, the faux fur jacket, the straight leg jeans, the bike, on the balcony with a cup of coffee. I liked this jumper, this leopard cardigan. This was one that really stood out to me in the Instagram imagery. I really like that. Love the styling with the jeans and the boots. In terms of composition, I probably won't be that impressed. Nah, it's 50% polyamide, 30% mohair and 20% wool. That is a terrible composition for me. The fact that it's 50% synthetic fibres and then 30% mohair, oof, no. It looks lovely, so if you don't mind about composition, it looks gorgeous. This puffer coat is incredible. I've never seen a puffer coat this cool before. Puffer coats are always so lame, I think, and necessary. I have one for dog walking, but I don't feel fashionable in it. But this I would feel fashionable in. It's so cool. I don't know if when I wore it, it would look too granny chic. It looks very sophisticated on these women, but yeah, on me it might look a bit granny-ish, like my grand's 60s curtains, but I don't know. It's also very expensive, £315. But it is, yeah, it is a statement for sure. I'm guessing it's mostly synthetic. It's 100% polyester, and the stuffing is 100% polyester, so not a massive fan of that, but I have to admit it did catch my eye for sure. This coat is lovely, a lot more classic, a lot more my style. That's the Gerard coat, really, really nice. This was the top I mentioned earlier. This was that kind of embroidered blouse, very vintage inspired shirt. This is the Hughes shirt. I think this is really pretty, really wearable. I love the red embroidery. I love the shape of it as well, the balloon sleeve and the collar. Really is a perfect shirt for me. And I noticed that this is 100% linen, so this is for Rouge a much better composition. It's expensive, it's £140, so it is a little bit more expensive than Sezane, but I do prefer it to the Sezane one, so I would be tempted by that. I think I would get that in a 38. I have a Rouge blouse in a 38 that fits me quite well, so I think I would go for the 10. So we'll add that to cart to see if we can afford it by the end. These are an interesting shoe. A very interesting choice of shoe, that. A wedged leather sheepskin boot. I think if I saw this on any other brand or any other website, I would be disgusted. But Rouge somehow has this ability to make anything cool and anything desirable. Like, I almost find myself wanting these, even though they are quite hideous. But yeah, no, I won't be buying those, but fair play to you if you like those. Yeah, interesting. So I think those were really the standout pieces for me. There's a lot of kind of average stuff that also seems quite overpriced, as typical for Rouge. These trousers, these look like some leggings I had from Primark when I was 14. I'm not sure about those, especially for almost £100. Definitely had some like that from Primark in 2010. Yeah. I think where Rouge do it best are their jeans. Their heeled ankle boots always look gorgeous, and their knits and their blouses. I think some of the other stuff isn't worth the price tag, but I think some of those £100 blouses, the jeans, can be worth it, especially for that look where it's so classically Rouge, it's so French inspired. Sometimes you've got to pay a bit more for that. I like this cardigan. Speaking of paying a bit more, it's £250, but it is lovely. Very vintage. It says it's Austrian inspired, which, yeah, I can see that for sure. And I love that the cable knit repeats on the back and it isn't just on the front, which a lot of brands like Have Other Stories and Arquette and places like that, you know, they do cheap out and don't continue things to the back. So it is nice to see something where that detail is included, even if it, you know, is priced at £250. I love the really simple things they do like this. I do have a soft spot for these little sweaters with the little rose on the bust. I think they're really sweet. And the scalloped neckline as well is lovely. I hope you're enjoying this video. It's so fun for me to just chat to you as if you're here and have a look through the different releases as they come out. It's kind of helps me not to indulge myself immediately and buy everything I want. To be able to talk it through with someone, with lots of you, is nice. It kind of helps me think about what I need, what I like, what I don't like, what realistically would fit into my wardrobe and my style. So I hope it's the same for you and it's helpful for you too. And I think most of the rest of the stuff is stuff that has been out previously, maybe slightly different iterations of stuff they do kind of most seasons. This dress is really nice. This caught my eye as well when I saw the collection. I love the collar, the white collar on that. I'm not so keen on that one, but this one, it's a black floral, really, really pretty. And it seems like the collar is removable. Or is the collar not included at all? Is that a top, maybe? Maybe the collar is something else. In which case I don't think that's very clear, but I love it styled with the collar anyway. But yeah, they should probably make it clear if the collar is on the dress or if it's a top underneath it, because I'd buy that hoping the collar was attached. Gorgeous jacket, lovely jacket. I've got a thrifted one that cost me £20. It looks very like that, so always check Vinted and Depop before buying things like this, because you might be able to find something, even from Rouge, that's just old season. So I've been talking for 35 minutes now, so I'm probably going to end it here, although I could carry on just like scrolling through. Oh, all these jumpers. I love this one with the bow details on the top. That's so pretty. Oh, I've loved this blouse for a long time as well, but I need to stop. I need to refrain from buying anything else and just stick with the items that I've got so far. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea. I know some people prefer to see an actual haul video with the clothes in front of me, but it's not always realistic to buy everything I like on the Sezane website or the Rouge website. So I think being able to chat through what I do and don't like is quite nice, and then I will show you what I actually end up purchasing at a later date in another video. So you can see that, you know, I don't buy everything that catches my eye, otherwise I would be completely broke and not be able to run this YouTube channel at all. If you have any questions about any of the items I've mentioned, then ask me away down below and I'll try and help you out. I will link to some of the standout pieces for me from the collection down below, and if you shop my links I will receive a small commission for you doing that. Any of the money that I do make from affiliate links I will just put straight back into making better quality videos for you to enjoy, so hopefully you do understand that. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!